Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. On Saturday, October 27th, Bourbon and Bacon Fest is back. This time, heading down to T-Town.
Yeah.
Join us during the day or during the night or for both sessions at the Tacoma Armory as distilleries from all over the U.S. are coming to pour their best spirits. And then we got great restaurants in this area. Oh, yeah, your favorite restaurants giving you bacon treats, taste of bacon, taste of bourbon. Oh, yeah, you want more info about Bourbon and Bacon Fest? Go to KISW.com. That's where you can get your tickets. Bourbon and Bacon Fest coming to Tacoma, benefiting our friends at Treehouse.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Mix, you're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix, and it's time to pump it up for Monday. Yeah. Pump it up. That's right. Get pumped up and get excited for a full work week. Yay. Got to get pumped up, man.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. We had a Seahawks win. I mean,
Yeah.
huge victory.
They crushed that team.
They
sure
totally did. They kicked the ball and they scored.
That's right. They actually did, Jeff.
Yep.
I'm very proud of you.
I was paying attention to your sports report.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Donovan in Linwood to take on Steve. Donovan, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I am. Good morning, gents.
Good morning, Donovan. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Tickets to the sold-out Puddle of Mud and Tantric show that's happening over at the Clearwater Casino Resort, and that will be on October 11th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. You want tickets? You got to win them this week because the show is sold out. Puddle of Mud.
Puddle Mud.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Donovan will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Donovan, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Boomtown, ready.
What hungry animal is responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other?
Hippo,
Yes. What are the 2 Major League New York baseball teams?
Mets, and Yankees.
Yes. What is the term for a baby mule?
Pass.
What is the 4th largest state in the U.S. by area?
4th largest state, California.
No.
Texas.
No.
Alaska.
No. What adventure novel introduced yo-ho-ho in a bottle of rum?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Oh, man, pass.
What year was Pearl Harbor attacked?
1941.
Yes. Which NFL team does Kirk Cousins currently play for?
Vikings.
Yes. Which car manufacturer's name means to hear?
To hear. Toyota.
No.
Hyundai.
No.
Kia.
No. What is the capital of New Mexico?
Albuquerque.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
Oh, my.
Yikes.
Well, yeah, that was a yiker. There's some tough questions here. Maybe Steve's not as pumped up as he would like to think he is.
Oh, yeah?
And maybe he will not get a win.
Calling Steve out, are you?
Well, and he might get a win, too. I mean, or he could get a tie.
Boy, that was really a quick turnaround.
There's a lot of ways that this can go.
Stand your ground, son.
Well, 3 ways you can go.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Way to stand your ground there, buddy.
What hungry animal is responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other?
What?
What hungry animal?
Oh,
is
hippo. Hippopotamus.
Yes. What are the two Major League New York baseball teams?
Oh, that would be the Yankees and the Mets.
Yes. What is the term for a baby mule?
A doe?
No.
Muley?
No.
Muley. Little donk?
No. What's the fourth largest state in the U.S. by area?
California.
No.
New York.
No.
Georgia.
No. What adventure novel introduced yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum?
What?
What adventure novel?
The Hardy Boys.
No.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Oh, man. Good times.
No.
Drinking rum.
No. What year was Pearl Harbor attacked?
47.
No.
Oh, crap. 41.
Yes.
Duh.
What NFL team does Kirk Cousins currently play for?
Crap. Oh, man. He got the Vikings.
Yes. What car manufacturer's name means to hear?
Farfenuggen.
No.
Volvo?
No.
Fiat.
No. Steve, you get 4 correct, but you tied.
Dang, Donovan.
Donovan gets the prize.
Rev made the right call. I mean, because all you have to do is tie, Steve. You get the win, and you got it, my friend.
We're like the Cleveland Browns that beat Miggs, me and Donovan.
Yeah, that's nice. Hang on
Doing
line,
it
Donovan.
today, Steve.
What's that?
All righty. Doing it today. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah, man. Have a great Monday.
Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. You guys too.
Getting it done.
The one that you didn't get to, maybe it would be a deciding factor here. What is the capital of New Mexico?
Albuquerque.
Nope.
No, Santa Fe.
Yep, Santa Fe.
That's you, fancy boy.
I'm a fancy boy.
Does anybody know the term for a baby mule?
I would just say a colt.
No.
Mullet.
A mullet?
Yes, a little mullet.
Don't know then.
No, it's the same as also with a donkey or a horse, a foal.
Foal.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know a
wouldn't know
horse's
that.
kid was a foal.
Me
Oh,
neither.
Right.
well, now you do.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Congratulations.
The little horse was a pony.
Well, I mean, it's just a little horse, but not a baby horse.
So pony wouldn't work for a horse?
Well, no, because it's not a baby. It's just a littler version.
All right, Dan.
I think.
All right,
I'm
fine.
glad we got to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Confused me. The fourth largest state by area?
I would say Washington, Oregon. Oh,
No, Montana.
Oh, Montana's next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The adventure novel that introduced yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum?
I would.
I think it's Treasure Island.
That's what I would say. Yep.
Yeah.
Good
call, Vic.
job. Good job. And wow, yeah, congratulations.
What about the car? Did you get the car?
What car? Oh, yeah, that's right. The car manufacturer's name that means to hear.
I think it's Audi.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you want to get to it, because you knew the
I
answer.
knew the answer.
Audi for audio.
See?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that.
How
Smart guy
about
over
that?
there.
Thanks, pal.
Congratulations to Donovan on tying Steve this morning.
Yeah, if you tie or beat Steve, it works just like that. You get the prize on Beat Migs. Well, it's October. You know what that means. Got to be thinking of your Halloween costumes. And I've already got the house decorated.
We just decorated ours yesterday.
Oh, good for you.
A couple little lights, little Halloween thingies, some stuff.
I like it. So you
I didn't do much. I hung the ghosts outside of our house.
Oh, that's cool.
And the little scarecrow guys. One's looks like a Frankenstein, and the other one is like a little scarecrow.
They're not the inflatable ones, are they?
No, they're like straw and they have a wood,
Oh, that's
like
cute.
a bamboo stick that goes into the dirt.
You know, it's like playing charades with Steve as you're trying to figure out, as he's speaking, you still need some charade-like help to know what he's trying to say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see. And you kept putting the stake in the ground, so I
Yes.
know that you have to push it into the ground.
It
That
took
I know.
effort, BJ.
There you go. You got it.
I made it happen.
That's nice.
So we're ready for Halloween.
Have you got your costumes yet?
We got Lulu's costume yesterday.
Well, that's what's important. The dog needs to go first.
Yeah, dude, she's gonna be a mermaid. It's awesome.
I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
I'll show you a
That poor
picture.
dog.
Take her out. We already put.
Oh, you already put it on her?
Yeah.
Oh, she looks so thrilled.
Right? And by thrilled, she's pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Lulu is like, I cannot wait for a human brother or sister so you
That
can
is fantastic.
so you can start dressing them up and leave me alone.
Bro, it's all sparkly and stuff.
Oh, I see it, dude. No, hey, I noticed the costume. It's just Lulu looks like, yeah, I really love my life.
I mean, it's better than the sushi from last year.
I agree, but I think both are still in her eyes. She's like, this is just great. I hate this time of year.
yeah,
She probably knows. She probably knows, like, oh, it's getting colder again. Oh, here came my parents with the costume.
No, we go to PetSmart and she's all excited because we're going because sometimes we get treats there. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
she sees that we're down the costume section. She's like, son of a bitch.
Oh, they do this to me every time.
Every year.
Wish my brain could remember these things, but it doesn't.
And I'm working on my costume for here. But my costume for here is going to be the greatest costume of all time.
Okay, so it's a costume for here. I'm told, if I remember, you're doing it for me.
Yes, 100% for you.
You say that I'll like this.
And I'm not even being sarcastic, although I think you'll roll your eyes. But I'm positive you're going to like this because you've requested this.
Really?
Yes.
All right. And since I have the memory of a dog, I don't remember what the hell I asked for. So this will be good.
I showed Vicky. Do you not confirm or deny?
Oh, it is fantastic.
I even told my wife, and her response was, "What's wrong with you?" But that's awesome.
Wow. All right. Well, over 77% of people between the ages of 18 and 34 do plan on dressing up, but they haven't figured it out yet. They don't know what they're going to be. Half the people say who are over 34 say they haven't figured it out either. But I got an idea for you. And this is a genius idea that I think women probably own this outfit, but Urban Outfitters doesn't mind. They're gonna sell it for $59. They call it the Instagram influencer. And basically what they say it is, quote, a minimalist, sporty chic sports bra and cotton leggings, which pretty much almost every woman owns, right?
Yeah. It sounds like that's what most women wear every day.
Yeah, look at this. Everybody's got this.
It's a gym.
Yeah, and they're selling it for $59. And they don't even give you
than what people pay for it, like at Lululemon. So I mean, that's actually not a bad deal.
Yeah, but the quality.
Yeah,
the quality is probably
It's not going to pass the bend over test.
Yeah,
The what test?
So when you're trying on leggings at a dressing room, you have to bend over in front of the mirror to make sure your underwear and your ass doesn't show.
I do the same when I'm trying on shoes. The guy at Nordstrom gets really annoyed by me when I do it.
It's very weird. Your pants are off. I don't know.
Yeah. Really?
How about that? How about they don't even give you the sneakers, the blonde wig, and the sunglasses? Because you need the blonde wig and the sunglasses because that's really what the Instagram influencers look like if you see them.
I got a mullet wig. I think it'll work out for me.
So you got to, yeah.
Rev, you should wear this.
There's no way I'm going to be wearing. No.
That would be awesome.
Why?
No. You got to do it.
You take your shirt off at a moment's notice at any of our listener parties.
There's a key difference between those and wearing those weird cotton yoga-y type tight pants.
Yeah, seeing him in yoga pants, like Lululemon pants, would be just frightening.
Say, do you
That would
really
make
want
my life.
You want to see the moose knuckle?
On Rev?
Yeah.
100%.
I do not.
Mariners are done, so we need someone to take over the reins until they come back.
Hard pass.
It's no problem for somebody that's 6-something, but when you're my height, it's like in the face. Don't want to see that. No offense, Rev. I really don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Well, good.
All right. Well, we're all in agreement on that.
Rev, I'd like to see you like that, but I understand.
Well, how about this? Here's something you want to see, and you'll be able to see her tonight at Key Arena with Monday Night Raw. Yes. Wrestling is back in Seattle, and WWE superstar Alexa Bliss joining us in studio at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BJ, you know, I'm very excited to have our next guest on, and one of my favorite WWE superstars, and more importantly, she has a pet pig. Please welcome to the show, Alexa Bliss.
Hi.
I did
So
not
you
know
think
about the
going.
pet pig. This is news.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of sort of has the same name as me. What? Yeah, because my name's Steve, isn't it? Larry Steve?
Larry Steve, yeah.
What does Larry Steve stand for?
Well, so I couldn't decide which to name him. I like the name Larry and I like the name Steve. Because, you know, my animals all have people names. I have Ted, Frank, and Steve, and Larry Steve. So I decided Larry is from Impractical Jokers when Joe always yells Larry. Because I think it's funny. And Steve is from Flight of the Conchords when they're singing Hippopotamus. And he goes, Steve. So it was just one of those things. I couldn't decide which one to name him, so I named them both.
Alexa just got some pretty good credit in my book. Flight of the Conchords is an awesome show.
I love it.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Well, I love because Rev's got his cats are named after something rather interesting.
Well, I've got Carl, but his full name is Damn It, Carl, Get in the House from The Walking Dead. And then we've got Frank, whose full name is Frank in Accounting. And those are my two cats.
That's so good.
I don't have a pet pig, but I have a pig named after me at Maris Farms. They just announced for their, they do the...
Oh, you got a pig again.
Yes, and they have pig races. And the pig, because I'm Steve Miggs, so the name of the pig is this little Miggy. And there it is. Yep. So he's racing this year at Maris Farms.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Larry's a lot bigger than that.
Oh, really?
How big is your pig?
Oh, my gosh. He now needs stairs to get up onto stuff because he's just so big. He's like this. His body frame is like the size of a bulldog, right? But he's so round that he's as round as he is long. if that makes sense. He's just a ball.
Did you know he was going to get that big when you got him? Okay.
I saw his parents and his grandparents at the pig farm. Yeah.
Were you just at the pig farm? You're like, screw it, I want a pig? Or?
Well, so it was for Total Divas. They know I'd always wanted a pig. So the story was, I was going to go get a pig, and then Murphy tells me I can't keep it. But so I went to the pig farm. I saw Larry Steve's parents, and I melted as soon as I saw him because he was the runt and he's deaf, and so like it was just like this perfect little mixture of adorableness. And as soon as I brought him home, we were like, yeah, we're keeping this pig. And I was like, he's gonna get big because I've seen his parents, his grandparents, and they were pretty hefty. But I was fully prepared for that, and now he's awesome.
Does he cuddle with you guys on the couch? Or like, what does he do?
He sleeps in the bed.
No.
Yeah, he sleeps in the bed. But now he has his own mattress because he's gotten too big. So he has his own baby mattress. It's great.
That's that could be, you know what? That could be a relationship deal breaker if all of a sudden, oh, hi, Alexa. Oh, the pig sleeps in the bed. You know what? I love what you do with your wrestling, but I think the pig sleeping in the bed, I'm going to have to go my separate ways.
But he's such a cuddler.
Yeah, well, there's that. I hadn't taken that into account. Of course, let me tell you, Monday Night Raw is tonight. Key Arena starts at 4:30, by the way. You got to check it out. You know what? WWE always does a great job when they come to town. It's one of the best businesses out there, and you never have a bad time. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
I always try my best not to go super wrestling nerdy when we do our interviews because I'm a big fan of wrestling. But you mentioned Murphy. How happy are you for Buddy Murphy's just been killing it at 205 Live?
Oh, he's doing amazing. He's worked so hard, and he's been in NXT. I mean, we started at the same time. He's been there. Oh gosh, he was there for 4 or 5 years now. And so to see him getting the opportunity on 205 and to watch how much weight he had to lose to get to 205. And
right, he's a bigger dude and he has to be 205 pounds or less.
He lost I think he lost about 40 pounds. He got just real shredded, and I was like, you have less body fat on your body than I do, and I don't like that. No, but he's doing amazing, and it's nice to see him finally get that recognition. And
hell yeah.
No,
and it's like after any of his matches you always see online, I always agree. And some of my buddies that we all go through wrestling training and stuff, got to watch the last Buddy Murphy match because he just always puts on a clinic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then speaking of NXT, I got to say, I mean, you had a great run there, but you are one of the few that I feel like that after NXT, when you went to the WWE, you became even a bigger star. And I think of you and Elias as well as two guys that had a good run with NXT, but went even next level with WWE. What do you think was the big difference between what you were doing in NXT to then getting onto the grandest stage of them all and just crushing it?
Well, for NXT, I was very aware that I wasn't a main character. I was never a 4 horsewoman. I never had a takeover match. I never held a title. And I think that kind of benefited me in some way because once I was called to the main roster, they only kind of knew me as a manager because I was managing Blake and Murphy. And I had maybe a handful of matches. Maybe on NXT television. And so it was kind of nice to be able to almost start from scratch. Do you know what I mean? Instead of having one of those characters that's super defined in NXT, and then when you come to the main roster, you feel like you have to restart. Well, it's nice to kind of say, well, no one really knows me, so I can go as off the wall as I want or be as straight and narrow as I want. And so when I was drafted, I knew I was definitely one of the most underwhelming draft picks. But but with that being said, I knew that I had to, come in under the radar and kick down the door. And I was given a lot of amazing opportunities with WWE. And fortunately, one of my first days on SmackDown, they handed me a microphone. And that's where I feel really comfortable. And so I was able to kind of tell my story that way.
Well, Alexa, watching some of your matches, and especially talking to you right now, it really is night and day. I mean, you really, the pet pig, you're very, very, very sweet, but boy, in the ring, you are the biggest. You're the biggest. Plug in a word that is a negative word about anybody you know in your life. And I think that's such a credit to you because I watched that special you did, which was a wonderful thing, chronicling your life with your parents and all the stuff you've done and gone through to get where you are today. And you have just worked through so much for the little years you've been on this planet. I mean, first of all, thanks for sharing that because when people get to see what everyone goes through, other people don't feel so alone.
Of
and
course.
That's really important in life, especially now with our country being as divisive as it is so nice when folks can feel like they can be unified and together and go, whoa, look at this very successful person.
she went through all that. I'm going through that. I thought I was the only one. So that's really cool that you did that.
Well, thank you. I thought it would be either really good or really bad to share my story. Just because, I never shared my story before because I never wanted to be looked at a certain way or sympathized or, just thought of it in any certain way. But then I remember thinking, when I was going through my issues and I was in the hospital, like I actually had athletes come see me. You know how we go and do the hospital visits, and I actually had, these basketball players, soccer players, people come see me, and I remember thinking, you don't know what I'm going through. So I don't really know how you're going to cheer me up, kind of a thing. But that's the mentality you have. And so,
and
especially as a child.
What were you back?
I had an eating disorder. I was anorexic. I was hospitalized twice. But I actually wasn't hospitalized for an eating disorder. I was hospitalized for the heart failure and kidney failure that was happening from the eating disorder.
So you were at that state of your health.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I was admitted, without my parents' permission, which they were like, your daughter's 24 hours away from dying, so we're going to admit her with or without your permission. Of course, my parents were like, of course, please. But I just remember not having anyone to look up to. And I know it's body image and, how we're perceived, especially with Instagram and people wanting to be Instagram famous and social media famous and, the Fitspo and all that stuff. It's just people view themselves differently, and I feel like it's such a big topic now that nobody really speaks about, especially with teenage girls, teenage guys. And I did a hospital visit in Spain, and obviously the children there didn't speak English, but it happened to be on an eating disorder unit. And I remember they didn't know that, I'd gone through an eating disorder. And so we were on an eating disorder unit, and I saw these children doing the exact same things I used to do. They were pacing, they were moving and trying to burn calories, and they wouldn't look us in the eye because you become very introverted and shy, and you're just constantly just in this weird state of mind. And when the translator told them that I had gone through an eating disorder and I was a WWE superstar, they stopped and they looked at me and they started asking questions. And I remember the boy in the back had a feeding tube and was pacing. He stopped. And it was just really cool to connect on someone with that level. Even though we didn't speak the same language, we were able to connect on that level and just be like, you can be more than what you're going through, and you can come out on the other side successful.
Well, it's like you said, someone to look up to. That's exactly what you are. I mean, because, Alexa, this is a very common thing. It's more common than people want to know, and it's great that they can see someone who's come out on the other side. Because, like you said, you were in the bed, and you're like, "What are you going to do? How can you inspire me? You don't know what I'm going through." But boom, they were like, "Oh, actually, she does know what I'm going through."
Yeah, and I think it's just one of those things, especially right now. Mental illness is such a big thing right now, and I feel like it needs to be addressed more in. Not necessarily.
Really? I'll tell you why, Alexa, and I'm just going to get, because we do a thing here every year in our entire company. It's a thing called I'm Listening. It's all about suicide prevention and mental illness. We take a Sunday and 2 hours, just a live thing. We reach out to a lot of folks who get to give messages or do interviews, and I would love to sometime, if we can, next year when we do it in September, if we could, sometimes set up a little interview for you to talk about that, since we love it, because you are a person that people do get inspired by. We get a lot of folks that participate. So I am happy that you feel that way about mental illness. We need to talk about it more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Again, Alexa Bliss, Monday Night Raw tonight at Key Arena, starts at 4:30 p.m. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. Also, you can tweet Alexa. It's at Alexa Bliss _WWE. And again, just another
sometimes
great
she tweets
person.
you back, because I remember a long time ago
yeah?
I lost a bet. I don't know if you know this, but a while ago I had a bet with a buddy, and the bet was whoever lost had to put on the Alexa Bliss Harlequin.
Oh, that's
style
I remember
makeup.
that.
That was this guy.
You?
Yes, that was me.
That was him.
And you responded, and you're like,
that.
well, yeah, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it after someone who's awesome.
I remember that.
That was me.
you?
Yes.
You looked fantastic.
Thank you. I agree. It's the best I've ever looked. I just remember the reaction that my wife had when I sent the text to her.
That's amazing.
And she's just like, why? What's wrong with you?
I love it. That's great. I remember
Put
that.
the makeup on me.
You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look pretty. I have to say,
So
though,
I am living proof that she responds.
but now
to
seeing
people on
Alexa in
Twitter.
person, I have to say Alexa just does it slightly better, Steve. You were real close.
I don't know. You look pretty spot on.
Thank you.
And you have the height I wish I had, so.
But
man.
it's funny because I mentioned that because obviously you were paying homage to Harlequin, and then some people even brought up that you've done some Comic-Cons, and a few people are like, Alexa Bliss sounds awesome. Is she as much of a nerd as I think she is? Are you into like comic books and nerdy stuff? Obviously, you named your pig after something, but you know what I mean? Like, are you a fan of going to the Comic-Cons?
Oh my
as
gosh,
well?
I love going to the Comic-Cons, especially, they set us up for signing sometimes at Comic-Cons, and those are my favorites to go to because it's so fun, and I love to see everyone dressed up, and I love Marvel characters, and there's always people that are dressed up, and like, it's awesome, and I love it, and it's the people there are just so fun. And I guess just like so real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so cool. And I love it. And I love walking around and seeing all the. Last time I was at a Comic-Con, I actually bought this hand cut paper Disney. It was the Disney castle, and someone made it with just tiny little cuts of paper and made it into a shadow box. And I love looking at all the art and things that people sell. And I spent like $400 on artwork.
You got
of just like people's stuff, and it was all Disney, but it was so cool, and I loved it. And there was someone dressed up as Woody, and I was just like, I was really happy about that. You know, it was just so cool. I love the Comic-Cons. I love it, and I love being able to incorporate that kind of stuff into my wrestling attire because it kind of brings in a little bit of my personal likes into my work environment.
So is it trippy for you when, like, I know I saw it even at WrestleMania weekend, people walking around cosplaying as their favorite WWE superstars. What was that moment when you first saw somebody dressed as you and you're getting to see that firsthand?
It's awesome. You know, I'm actually always impressed with the outfits. Like, some of them look better than mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, the quality of these outfits. Like, and I have a really good gear guy. That's the thing. And these outfits are like spot on. I'm always like, oh my gosh, like, how do you get it so, like, they take their time, and they just, it's amazing to see what people can come up with.
It is crazy because I know some women that do that here, and sewing machines in months. They're like, well, listen, I can't get together because I'm working on my Comic-Con outfit.
Yeah.
And you see their setup and you go, holy cow, why don't you ought to be a fashion designer at this point or something.
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing how legit these costumes are.
Oh, yeah. Last Comic-Con I went to, someone dressed up as Groot, and they looked identical as Groot. I'm hoping someone dresses up as a baby Groot because I'm a big fan of baby Groot.
Oh, but baby Groot, yeah. Teenage Groot's a little broody.
Yeah,
but baby
Groot's cute.
Yeah, baby Groot's is good. We're talking to Alexa Bliss again, Monday Night Raw tonight at Key Arena. 4:30 start time. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. And I'm telling you right now, you always have a blast. Somebody named Steve will probably be there.
I'll be the crazy ball guy in one of the front rows, yelling and screaming and cheering on.
Are you going to reprise your costume?
I was going to say, you're going to be dressed up as Alexa Bliss?
I mean, Vicky's right here. She can make you up nice.
She's got her makeup already.
This is supposed to be a date night with my wife. I don't know if
it's fine. I'll settle for a sign. It's fine.
All right, that's fair. I'll do that. I'll yell really loud. I'll go nuts for you.
If it is a date night, really, you know what? You'll look great. I mean, seriously, I can't think of a better way for you to prepare. You'll look fantastic.
It's going to be like, I'm never going to one of these again with you.
Could be that,
I thought this would be safe. Yeah. You wouldn't make a fool out of me, but here I am putting makeup on. That'd be awesome. What was it like being in the ring with someone like Ronda Rousey? Because obviously that was a huge news. And the last match you guys had, I thought was just phenomenal. I thought that was a really fun match to watch. And what's it like, though, for you to be able to be in the ring with somebody who's so decorated in the MMA world and is now making great waves in the WWE?
It's great. You know, I love when we have people from different backgrounds. You know, it's always been so fun working with Rhonda. She's very talented. You know, she has, amazing in-ring ability, from her background. And, I loved being in the ring with her. And, I just figured, most of her opponents never lasted more than a minute with her. And I lasted 17 minutes and 34 seconds. So I think I did pretty good. And, it's been a lot of fun. It's really cool to work with people from different backgrounds because I think it makes us all around better performers if we can adapt to people's different styles and backgrounds. And, I think she's just what our women's evolution needs right now. Someone different, someone that comes in and from a different background. Her and Sonya Deville both have the same kind of background. And I think it's really cool. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's great.
I want to point out, Alexa, since she crossed over into your thing, I was also thinking, because I watched that performance and what really... And watching, knowing your background, didn't see a whole lot in the world of acting and performing arts. I know cheerleading and gymnastics and like that, but I didn't. But I was so surprised watching you in that battle with Rhonda. I thought, God, she's got some acting chops. And, of course, when you think of a guy by the name of Dwayne Johnson, at all, do you think, would that be cool if somebody from Hollywood came and knocking and going, dude, seriously, what do you think? Could we throw you in a movie? I mean, Rhonda is, she's crossed some streams. I mean,
I think that'd be awesome. My thing is whatever can, bring more eyes to WWE. I'd love to, cross over and bring, a broader audience to what we do, because I feel like a lot of people still don't really understand what we do, but once they see it, they fall in love with it. So I think once, you can bring people and cross over, Dwayne's done an amazing job at it. Rhonda has too. I would love to do something like that. But it's funny you say that, because I got one of those little meme things of my face when I was doing the Gurr to Rhonda.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could remake that face. I was like, how did I make that face? And it was like scary. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I don't
says you have the best facial expressions on the entire roster. I just saw.
Yeah.
Thank you. Half the time, I don't even think I could recreate them, because I just make these weird faces, and I have the worst faces for memes.
Well, you mentioned Evolution. Obviously, that's a big pay-per-view that's going to be coming on the WWE Network October 28th, which is an all-women's pay-per-view, which... You're going to talk about legends. I mean, you're talking Trish Stratus and you're going to be in the ring together. And I love the story that you shared. And is it true that you didn't know about it until the WWE put it on Twitter that that's who your opponent's going to be?
So I saw a picture of it, and I thought it was like fan made. You know what I mean? I thought it was just like something photoshopped on Twitter. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That'd be fun. That'd be awesome. And then maybe 10 minutes later, WWE tweeted it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I found out, with everyone else, which is kind of cool. That's how our business works. People are always like, oh, how long did you know this? Like, I find out when you find out. Like, that's just how our business works. Everything is, they keep us on our toes, and, anything can happen. And so it was really cool. And I'm really excited because, I didn't get that opportunity at the Royal Rumble to be in the match, champ problems. I wasn't able to be in the Royal Rumble.
I love that you did the hair flip on the radio.
The hair flip is good.
And so it's going to be awesome to be in the ring, with a legend, and especially Trish Stratus, and I'm really excited for that.
That's fantastic. Well, I have to tell you something, Alexa. You, on a lot of levels, you are such an you talk about somebody to look up to, an inspiration. I mean, for your generation, for the wrestling business, because like you said, if anybody takes a look at the background story, the shape that you have to be in and the athleticism that you have to be good at, and also, like I said, the acting chops, you really are, I think, one of the finer performers in the WWE, and that's saying a lot, because you know how many you guys got in there, and everything you've done in your life, inside, outside the ring, really is inspirational. And it's, if anybody wants to talk about the millennial generation or whatever, you know what, I will point to you and go, really? There are some cool people. Let's stop putting folks down. And,
well, thanks.
Yeah. And also, if you want to tweet Alexa, it's at Alexa Bliss _WWE. Monday Night Raw is tonight. Steve will be there. We're trying to see if he'll get that outfit that we love. I think you should.
I just found it on Twitter again.
Yeah, there you are. You're looking good, dude. You got to do it.
So, no, I can't.
Yeah,
that's not fair to people who are trying to eat.
That is very beautiful makeup. It's very beautiful.
On you.
Yeah, so you got to see Steve dressed up as Alexa Bliss. We're trying to make that happen. Or you might just want to go for your own enjoyment to see Monday Night Raw tonight at Key Arena. 4:30 start time. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Alexa Bliss, thank you so much for coming in. It is awesome. Thank you for getting up this early, because I know that's a beating. And also, you dressed to the nines, which, again, this early in the morning, thank you so much.
Quick shout out to our friends over at New Day Northwest on King 5 today. Margaret Larson's going to have Alexa Bliss on there. So be sure to watch on King 5 today for New Day Northwest.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. So again, Monday Night Raw tonight, Key Arena, tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Thanks again, Alexa. All right, we got a grandma who comes up with the most creative way to scare off a naked guy that was outside of her house. You're going to hear from that grandma at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision, because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.